I'm Ben Palermo. Welcome to the Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Ford, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at Section 5 sports in Monroe County. Here's our weekly honor roll of high school teams. At number 3, we have the Mercy Girls Volleyball team. The Monarchs beat Penfield in the Class A Finals in a battle of once-beaten teams. Therese Cannon, a former Sports Beat guest, was the MVP. At number 2, the Webster Thomas Cross Country teams. The boys and girls won the titles. Only the third school to work that trick in the sectionals. RH did it last year. Fairport was the other. And at number 1, the HFL girls soccer team, a former Sports Beat guest. Unbeaten this year, Section 5 champs for the first time in 24 years. The Cougars beat Pittsburgh Mendon 1-0 in a double overtime final. Which brings us to Victor, swimming in the Class A sectionals this year. The Blue Devils got off to a pretty good start thanks to the team within the team. They're like the kickers on a football team, essential specialists. Meet the Victor Divers, the best collection of said specialists in the section, the team within the team.
I kid around with some of their parents and say that, I actually speak to their kids more than they do at times. After every single dive, there's a critique, there's an explanation, there's a way to improve. And sometimes it can be one word, other times it's wordy. So yeah, I spend a lot of time speaking to them and critiquing them.
Understand that in any given dual swim meet, teams use 3 divers each. So for Victor to place 4 in the top 9 at the sectional diving competition is particularly impressive.
It's interesting at practice. We push each other a lot. Like, you do one bad dive and you're like, oh, dang it. Like, now I got to get back up on the board and show them. Like, it's like, it induces a lot of fun competition at practice and at meets. Like, you're always pushing each other.
Freshman Erin Norton is the star of this show. Third as an 8th grader, Erin won sectionals this year. Okay, Erin's a champion. What was it that put her over the top?
Her degree of difficulty. She has great dedication to her diving. She focuses on it year round, and she's improved her degree of difficulty tremendously since last year.
What's your favorite dive? One you're going to show us out here.
Probably front 1.5 full, which is a twisting dive, and you kind of do a full twist with a somersault, and then you go into a front dive.
But it's Victor's depth that separates them. Sophomore Shay Heights was 3rd in the section. Junior Emily Buchachewski finished 5th, and Shelley Martin 9th. Martin is the baby of the bunch, a first-year diver who fought off a knee injury and received a medical waiver to compete. And Shelley is partially deaf.
When I was younger, I was a gymnast, and I would always fall off the beam and everything. And as I got older, things got better. My hearing got better. I got some things in my ears where I had to wear earplugs. So it's even hard for me to just hear my coach. But yeah, my balance gets off just sometimes.
Falling off the beam could be a little discouraging.
Yes, it was. I went through a phase where I needed help to overcome my fear of the beam. But I did it. It all became very good.
Yeah. And now this, that's really taken the bull by the horn, so to speak, and saying, I'm going to overcome this, and this is how I'm going to do it?
Yeah, I did it. Yep. I definitely had to go through that and be like, I am myself, I can take care of myself, I can do this, overcome it, and I did it, and I made sectionals.
Victor head coach Christine Phelps has come to count on her divers to deliver at least a 1-2-4 finish and 12 points per meet. They were the difference in a win over Fairport this year.
It's been so cool to not only connect with them here, but also connect with them outside of practice and meets. We've all made sectional t-shirts and we get together whenever we can, which is great for us.
Norton of the four is the only one qualified for states. The competitive season ended for the other three last week, but they were all attending practice. They're a team after all, the team within the team. When we return, the case for the defense in Pittsford with reporter Dan Fates, and Kim Brunson joins us with our Making the Grade nominee.
Hi, I'm John Clark, and this is Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Here now, our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, Jacob Hans and Dawson Bathgate. They finished first and second in the Class D boys cross-country sectionals, leading the Bombers in the home of champions to that championship. And number 2, Pittsford Mendon tennis star Raisa Liu, a former Sports Beat guest, wound up 4th in the state tournament. Remember, she's just an 8th grader. And at number 1, Nicole Garretts and the Webster Thomas girls soccer team. That's right, former Sports Beat guests who won the Class AA title with a 1-0 win over Crosstown Schrader. Garrett's got the goal. She had 12 this year to lead the team. Which brings us to Pittsford, where Dan Fates makes the case for the defense with one of the best football players in the section.
In Scott Marriott's first season as defensive coordinator at Pittsford, he moved positions of Brandon Barker from free safety to middle linebacker to help his defense stop the run. It was a success, and so was the Pittsburgh Panthers defense. Barker led his team in tackles every single game, finishing with over 100 on the year, on his way to winning the Class AA Defensive Player of the Year award.
It feels pretty good. I didn't know if I was going to get it or not because I wasn't nominated for Player of the Week till the very last game. So I was kind of skeptical, but then when Coach Lynch called me, I was very happy to hear that.
But Barker knows it takes more than one player to make a great defense.
They're the reason that I'm able to get the Player of the Year, just because they're always turning tackles back into me, or the corners making great plays, like not giving up touchdowns in the free safety. If I make a mistake coming downhill and making sure that I don't give up a touchdown.
Barker embraced the change of position and earned high praise from both coaches and players.
Brandon does everything for the defense. He makes a lot of calls. He makes a lot of reads. He's really the heartbeat of our defense as well. He's an emotional leader. Whether it's in the weight room, in practice, in the locker room, he gets the guys going, he gets the guys up, and his leadership's just been big to our defense this year.
Oh, it's great. I mean, all I have to do is really contain the guy and push him back to Brandon. Brandon will make the tackle. He'll be right there. He flies the ball. He's an aggressive player.
Brandon had played linebacker really his whole career up to this point. And we moved him to free safety. We thought, we played around with it for a little bit, and when he came out at middle linebacker and we saw what he could do, we were really impressed.
While Barker verbally committed to play lacrosse at Ohio State, the D1 football coaches started to call. He's still on the fence for the future.
I'm kind of even right now. It's just because lacrosse recruiting is so much earlier than football, so just kind of waiting to see if anything happens with football. But right now, it's just it's even pretty much.
The Panthers' season ended with a loss in the semis to Aquinas, but the future is bright for the defense at Pittsford because Barker is coming back. For the High School Sports Beat, I'm Dan Fates.
When we return, Kim drops by with our Vision Making the Grade nominee. And coming up in our Celino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week, a soccer championship match and a bicycle kick.
I'm Mickey Burke, and you're watching the Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. Making the Grade is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, proud to be Rochester's #1 selling automotive group. This week we head out to Churchville, where Tanner Metcalf is making the grade. As a sophomore student athlete, Tanner knows what it means to balance a busy schedule. He's a member of Churchville High School's cross-country team in the fall and hockey team in the winter season. He also plays travel hockey year-round, all while taking part in the National Junior Honor Society. Tanner recently competed in the cross-country county championship where he earned all-county status, then immediately after rushed to Buffalo to compete in a hockey tournament with his travel team. Somewhere in between homework and sports, Tanner volunteers his time to help coach his younger brother's hockey team and participates in charity 5Ks throughout Rochester. Nominated by his coach, Paul Glore, Tanner Metcalf is making the grade. And yes, he is the son of Amherst Hall of Famer Scott Metcalf. If you have an idea for our Making the Grade segment, a team or individuals making contributions off the playing field, you can contact us at info@classywolf.com. I'm Kim Burnson, and here's Bill with our Sports Beat Plays of the Week.
Here are our high school football plays of the week, presented by Varsity Media, the Ode to the Forward Pass. At number 5, a Coniston-Ferris game. McQuaid taking on Gates Chili. For the Knights, it's Mark Nazi passing to Will Mahar. Near side, 41 yards and a score. Number 4 is from the Class A semifinals. Victor playing against Brockport. Mike Wagner rolls left and then just heaves it. John Clements is there to pick it up. 50 yards and the score. Number 3 from the Class AA semifinals. Rush Henrietta taking on Hilton. It's another 50-yard pass. This one, Jared Gerbino to Farden Allen. Big block at the finish and a touchdown for the Comets. Number 2, back to Class A. This is Eastridge playing against Wilson out of the shotgun. A little out formation and a completed pass to Quan McCullough to Dimitri Richardson. Dip your shoulder and then show him your feet. That goes for 79 yards and the score for the Lancers. And at number 1, it's Irondequoit playing against Brighton. It is Sean Mannion to Christian Schaefer going high for it. 66 yards and the touchdown. Coming up next, a bicycle kick highlights our Salino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week.
Hi, this is Lindsay Barden, and you're watching Vision's High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by Salino and Barnes. Car accident? Don't wait. Call 888-8888. Call Salino and Barnes today. Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. This portion of the Sports Beat brought to you by Salino and Barnes, your personal injury attorneys. They were the 2 top seeds in the section. Between them, Fairport and Churchville Chili had lost just once in 39 matches. Toss in a gale force wind, and you have our Salino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week. With 6 championships over the course of Coach Gianni Busani's stewardship already to their credit, this might have been the best Fairport soccer team yet. Unbeaten to this stage for the very first time. These teams hadn't played in over a year. The once beaten Churchville Chili, which hadn't won sectional since 1990, remembered.
We played them last year, one of the early games of the season, and they put a hammer on us early in the season last year when I had a group of young sophomores. And at that point, and ever since then, we've thought to ourselves, we want a rematch, and we want it in the title game.
As far as keys to the game, anything you think is really going to make a difference tonight?
I would think the team that can play with the most composure and keep the ball on the ground is going to have more success.
Churchville Chili won the toss and chose to play against formidable conditions in the first half, and with the wind in the second. How significant was it? 23 of the game's 28 recorded shots were taken with the wind at the east end of the field. As such, the Raiders were all over the Saints early. Senior Matt Bischoff set up the first scoring chance of the contest with a pass to David Trebold, who skied it. Play continued at that end with a Fairport corner kick. Anthony Gaglianis took it. Trebold had another chance, but play continued scoreless. Opportunity continued to knock for the Raiders. Midway through the period, Hunter Critchlow beat the defense and got another of 15 first-half shots onto Kyle McCain, who had a very busy half. With 11 minutes left to go to intermission, Fairport finally broke through. And it was a beauty. Alexander Mangerian scored on a full bicycle kick.
I had no intention whatsoever of doing a bicycle kick. The ball went up in the air. We wanted to get in the back of the net. I turned around and flipped over. Ball ended up in the back of the net. That was probably the best goal I've ever scored in my life and will ever score.
Is this anything that you've worked on?
No, the only time I've ever tried this, I hurt my back, and I said I'd never try it again, and the situation presented itself, and I just went for it.
Well, I did. That's not a hot dog play, really. That's your only option on a ball like that, right?
Oh, yeah. I figured it was either kick the ball in the back of the net or get wrecked from behind, and I thought the ball in the back of the net was a better option.
Pretty proud that we only gave up one goal, especially they threw dangerous balls in all the time. I came out as much as I could to try to come out and take them away, and then they got that one unfortunate one. And I thought it was very unfortunate, just a missed clearance and all those dangerous balls coming in.
It was 1-0 Fairport, and Churchville, playing against the wind, was getting precious few opportunities. But there was one of note. The county's leading scorer, Lucas Fernandez, with a point-blank opportunity, the Fairport defender Ronnie Ubishi blocked. When that happens, are you aware who's taking the shot? He's the league's leading scorer.
I was, and that's why I reacted so quickly to jump straight in and and blocked it.
When the ball came, I stepped right perfectly, just chested up, and I saw it was a collision. The ball just dropped right there. I just took the shot. I was unlucky that I got blocked.
The score stood 1-0 Fairport at the half, with Churchville looking forward to playing with the wind in the second half.
We're gonna win, all right? So let's pick it up and let's go at them. They got one goal. Guys, we have the win now. We play every ball dangerous behind their defense. We get behind their defense, we get in on them, we start getting shots off. We're gonna win 3-1.
It's all us. Pick up your game. Pick up your intensity. Pick up your work rate. Okay? Do those little things better. And we'll put 2, 3, 4 in the back of the net.
The tide turned, and now the Saints were getting the bulk of the chances. Frank Siliberto with a kick. Cam Shipley's header was high. Then Fernandez got another good opportunity to tie the score, getting a shot off between two Fairport defenders.
I wasn't even expecting to get that shot because, again, it was another collision, and the ball just dropped right in front of me, and I just shot. I didn't even look up. If I looked up or had the time, it would just slotted it in.
Territorially, Fairport was getting more scoring chances at the west end of the field in the second half than Churchville did in the first. And off a direct kick, cashed one of them. Gaglianese took it, and after a secondary rebound, the ball wound up in the net. Critchlow got credit for the second-rated goal, but it might have been Cameron Hughes. Tell me about the goal, and did you get it?
I really have no idea. Both me and Hunter over there, we both got a piece of it, but all that matters is it went in. Great cross from Ronnie. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. How do you feel? You go up 2-0. That's got to allow you to relax a little bit?
Actually, we couldn't relax. They fought harder than any team I've ever seen before. It was a hard-fought game all around. It was unbelievable.
With still the better part of 18 minutes left in the game, Churchville needed something to happen. And it did off a corner kick taken by Siliberto, placed perfectly in front of the Fairport net. Scoring attempts at the crossbar and the post, but the Saints didn't score and did not get another chance. The final of 2-0 stood. Fairport was the undefeated Class AA Boys Soccer Section 5 champion.
Feels great. It's been a long time coming. Been on the team for 4 years. Been slowly progressing, getting better and better. Last year in the finals, losing, but this year feels great. Best feeling in the world.
A lot of it's so difficult sometimes to fulfill expectations, and everybody knew this was a loaded team, and you guys go undefeated through the section.
It was great, and you got a great bunch of guys out here going hard every day, and when they're doing that, good things are going to happen.
We'd like to thank our Sports Beat sponsorship partners, Rosselino and Stephen Barnes, your personal injury attorneys, and to the 9 dealerships in the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.